Have you ever craved some barbecue ribs, but making them always felt outside of your comfort zone? Today, we're gonna fix that. We're making oven barbecue ribs that are so juicy, tender, and packed with flavor, you'll never wanna cop out for some store-bought or frozen ones again. And the best part, this recipe is apartment friendly. We'd all love space for a smoke or a barbecue, but that's not always possible. First things first, if your ribs still have the silver skin on the back, you'll want to remove it. Luckily, my butcher already did this for me, so I can dive straight into seasoning. We're gonna start by seasoning both sides of the ribs generously with salt. Don't be shy here, this is your first layer of flavor. Next, we're lightly brushing on a little liquid smoke. If you're wondering what on earth is liquid smoke, it's a flavoring agent created by capturing and condensing smoke from burning wood. And it's a great shortcut when a smoke or a barbecue isn't in sight. It's not a full-on replacement, but it gets us part of the way there. We're not adding too much as we want it to enhance the flavor and bring in some of that smokiness, not overpower it. Then let the ribs sit on a wire rack uncovered in the fridge for about an hour. This gives the salt time to start working its magic. While the ribs are resting, let's mix up a dry rub that's going to bring huge flavor. This is also an opportunity for you to be creative and try things out. We're going for a classic barbecue flavor profile with some staple ingredients, but we're also layering in a few extra spices to make it our own. We're starting with mixing all of our powders, then we'll grind our whole spices. Today, we're using 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons each of ground ginger, onion powder, and garlic powder. For our whole spices, we have 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of yellow mustard seeds, and 1 teaspoon each of fennel seeds and thyme. Lastly, we're also adding 1 teaspoon each of chipotle powder, celery salt, and coriander seeds that I also needed to grind. Give everything a good mix. It should smell absolutely incredible with smoky, sweet, and herby notes. Pro tip, if your foil isn't wide enough, you can layer 2 pieces on top of each other and fold over one of the edges a few times to create a seal. And now you have one giant piece of foil. Now coat the ribs thoroughly on both sides and around the edges with the dry rub. Make sure every nook and cranny is covered, though shake off any excess. Then into a 110 Celsius or 230 Fahrenheit oven they go on the middle rack. Low and slow for 3 to 4 hours. 3 hours if you want ribs that pull cleanly with a nice bite. 4 if you want them fall off the bone tender when you just pick them up. While the ribs are cooking, let's make a homemade barbecue sauce that's going to take these ribs over the top. In a small pot, combine half a cup of ketchup, 1 teaspoon of mustard, 1 tablespoon of our dry rub for extra flavor, 2 to 3 minced garlic cloves, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 50 grams of brown sugar, and 60 milliliters of dark rum. Bring it to a simmer and let it bubble gently for about 10 to 15 minutes until it thickens slightly and the flavors come together. You can find the full barbecue sauce breakdown linked here. It's worth a look if you want to customize it even more. Once the ribs are done their slow roast, carefully unwrap them, watch out for that steam, and transfer them to a wire rack set over a baking dish. Brush a generous layer of your barbecue sauce all over both sides. If you went for the 4-hour bake, these ribs are going to really want to fall apart. You might need a little help flipping them. Now crank the oven to 220 Celsius or 430 Fahrenheit. And pop the ribs back in for about 15 minutes. I like to glaze them again halfway through, and honestly, if you want even more layers of sticky, smoky, sweet barbecue sauce, feel free to brush on another coat. And there you have it, sticky, tender, flavor-packed barbecue ribs made right in your oven. Trust me, once you make your own ribs, you'll be hooked. Are you team fall off the bone or a little bite? Let me know in the comments.